Okay, so I am approaching a time of year where I get really excited. The month of March is coming, and I'm going to deal with marching orders all month long. So if you have been trying to succeed, if you have been trying to overcome, if you have been trying to get to the next level, if you have been trying to be de-drained from drainers, if you have been trying to look up so you can get up, then you need to make sure you subscribe and share and watch me for the entire month of March because I am dealing with marching orders. You see, marching orders is this. The first 3 months of the year are the new year. The first 3 months of the year is the new year. It's not just January 1st, not just January 15th. It's definitely doesn't end by February when most people either fall in or out of love and they think the whole year is over. The first 3 months of the year are the new year. And then everything that you do in the remaining 9 months will reap. 9 is the number of reaping because anytime you multiply 9 by itself, it comes right back to itself. Let's take an example. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. You can do that as many times as you want, and it's going to come right back to 9. So I want you to make sure that you are ready for marching orders. But before we get to that, I have something that I have to tell you. There is one thing that everybody must have if you want to build wealth. I'm talking about building generational wealth. I'm talking about building Hilton wealth. I'm talking about building Rockefeller wealth. I'm talking about building Oprah wealth. I'm talking about building wealth. And it can happen for us. It can happen for you. It can happen for me. It can happen for us. You know, when I was grinding, I had lost everything. I was living check to Monday. I got paid on Friday, and I was broke before Monday. Okay, check to check would have been a blessing. If I had was living check to check, I wouldn't have had that many problems. But you know, you have problems when you get paid on Friday, and even worse if you live in check to yesterday. Do you understand that? So I've talked about that. I've told you about the 21 days to financial freedom. I've talked to you about buying a home-based business. But let me tell you the first thing I did when I was almost on my feet. I wasn't even on my feet yet. I was on my tippy toes, okay? I wasn't standing on my feet yet. I had lost everything in the last recession. The housing market blew up. My house was underwater. I filed bankruptcy. I turned in my Lexus. I did all that. But let me tell you the one thing I did while I was grinding, I had life insurance. Now, I'm going to tell you the top reasons why you absolutely positively must have life insurance in your life. The first thing is the Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. A good woman, a good man, we are going to leave an inheritance to our children's children. You know, when I was working in the financial services industry as a practitioner, when I would speak to certain cultures, they'd come in, they'd have the lawyer, they'd have the mother, the father, the grandfather, the children, they'd have everybody. Everybody would get life insurance policies, and they would plan their wealth down for 5 generations. 5 generations. So the grandmother would be planning her wealth down from her children, her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, her great great grandchildren, and then her great 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 grandchildren. That's how they did it. And that's how we have to start doing it. So you get the opportunity to build wealth generationally when you start to understand how to use life insurance. The next reason why you need to have life insurance in your life is because it's the only guaranteed investment that you can make. Now, if you work on a job and get a pension, you will have an income for life. If you make the right investments, you will have a retirement plan. But the one thing we know that everybody is going to do, everybody is going to do one day, everybody is going to pass. Everybody is going to die. We don't like to talk about it, but it's the truth. So here's what's going to happen. If you don't make it, if you don't live out your dreams, if you don't get to the next level, if you don't found the big company, if you don't hit the jackpot, if you don't do whatever it is that you're dreaming of doing, if you have life insurance, you get to ensure that your dreams don't die. You see, I was feeling really bad when I had messed up all the money. I was making lots of money, and my family trusted me to do the right thing with it, and I did not. But the one thing I was not going to do is let them down in death too. Okay, so while I was grinding, when I was trying to make it back, and I was trying to make my comeback, I made sure I had enough life insurance. So if something happened to me, if I died, then my dreams would not die with me. There was enough life insurance to take care of my children, to put them through school. If something happened to me and my grandmother needs to be in a nursing home. Now, here's the other thing that happens with life insurance. Here's another reason why you need it. It's because you get to create a business plan for life after death. You get to create a business plan. Now, we are not talking about leaving life insurance policies worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to your children. No, because they're gonna smoke it up. Somebody gonna come and they're gonna fall in love, or somebody's gonna tell them about a business deal, whatever it is, and they might not do the right thing with it. What you're gonna have is an estate plan. As a matter of fact, if you are a single mom, a single dad, and you have children, and you have a life insurance policy, and you've left that policy to your child, guess what? If something happens to you, that child will not be taken care of until they turn 18. What's going to happen between now and then? But if you leave that life insurance policy in a trust, then the trust can take care of the children prior to them becoming 18, and then even after they come into adulthood, to make sure that they manage the funds responsibly. Now, my grandmother, she worked, she had an 8th grade education. She was cleaning homes for wealthy people, putting me through college, and she had to struggle. We should not make our children struggle. My grandmother did the struggle. Your grandmother did the struggle. Your mother did the struggle. My mom, my dad, they did the struggle. And we are struggling. But we do not have to let the next generation struggle. And life insurance is the way to create wealth for your family for generations to come. I made a commitment that I was going to break the generational curse in my family of poverty. I was going to break the generational curse in my family of not achieving dreams, of not going after our goals. And if I can do it, then you can do it too. The next reason why you need life insurance in your life is because it can provide you with a form of savings. Now, I believe usually in term life insurance. Term life insurance means you're buying a policy and you're only buying the policy, and it's going to be less expensive. You can get more life insurance. Well, there are whole life insurance policies, and I believe if you are not disciplined enough to save, then a whole life policy may be an option for you, or a life insurance policy that allows you to make extra cash payments. Because what happens with those cash payments is they get to accrue tax-free, and then you get to put your kids through college, take a vacation, supplement your retirement, or whatever it is that you want to do. I am encouraging you to take a look at what you want your life to mean after you're not here. And I know we don't like to talk about it. Remember, I talked about those groups, those families that would come in? Let me tell you, for them, it was business. Nobody was sitting around crying. If you get life insurance, that don't mean you're about to die. We need to start talking about money. In our communities, we are not having the conversations about money. We talk about sex, we talk about drugs, we talk about everything else, but we don't want to talk about money. Now, we look like we got some money. You know, rich people stay rich because they act poor, and poor people stay poor because they act rich, and poor people stay poor acting rich in front of other poor people, which is real crazy. We need to start having real conversations about money with real solutions. Real solutions. I'm not telling you to go and get a whole bunch of life insurance today. What I'm telling you is to just start. If you have a spending addiction, let's start there. If you need a home-based business, let's start there. If you're trying to grow your money and pay off your debt, we can start there. If you want to fix your credit, yes, we can go there. But at some point, you've got to deal with how you're going to protect everything that you're building. And I'm going to get to the last reason why you may want life insurance in your life, because it's a business opportunity. If you are searching for a way to help people, to work from home, to come and go as you please, I remember coming out of the last recession. I went to go work for Russell Simmons. I was running a national program, and I finally decided, you know what, I've got to put my hat back on, and I've got to get out here. And I made more money than I had made the entire decade just in a few years, because I was helping people. Now, of course, I ended all that, and I'm doing this, and I'm helping folks, and I'm building companies in Hollywood. But what I'm saying to you is, if you are looking for an opportunity to start another career, to enhance a career that you already have, or maybe you already are in the insurance business or the financial services business, and you want to add this to your plate, then guess what? I am working with insurance professionals around the country, and we're building a team, and this team is going to help people achieve their dreams. Security, a guaranteed legacy. It can operate as a savings towards the things that you want. The other thing that life insurance can do, a lot of people don't realize, life insurance, some form of insurance, is what you're going to need in old age. It's what you're going to need for your parents. How many of us are raising children and taking care of our parents? It's a double duty, and it is a burden, and it does not have to be. So I want you to move into marching orders with faith. I want you to move into marching orders with power. I want you to move into marching orders doing something you've never done before. Every year, marching orders, I do something that takes my life to a whole entirely different level. Now, I'm not going to tell you all that today. I'm going to tell you when we start marching orders on March 1st. But right now, I want you to think about life insurance, right? Let me tell you something. We got to stop dying and people have to pass the collection plate. I told everybody, let me tell you something. If you don't have any life insurance, you're not getting a funeral. The end, okay? Because who needs to put money in to bury the dead? We just don't need to do that. And I'm not trying to be rude and disrespectful, but what I am saying is let's let it work for us. If you want to find out if you have enough life insurance, if you want to get an insurance needs analysis, that's just taking a look at what you have versus what you need to protect. Do you have enough life insurance to protect the things and the people that you love? Do you have enough disability insurance? Do you have enough long-term care? What do you need to protect the things that you love? Ask yourself that question. And then go to asklynn.org. Submit your inquiry, wait for an immediate reply, and I'll see you on the other side.